All right, everyone. Welcome to our Too Posh podcast. I'm here with my beautiful co-hosts, gorgeous Marcella.
Why'd you stutter?
I'm
not gorgeous.
And beautiful Whitley, my son's girlfriend. And
She's like, who are you?
Starting off hot.
And we're so excited to have Valerie back. Thank you for taking your time to come back.
Third time.
This is the third time, and we're actually 4th time.
Oh, well, yeah. Technically.
Yeah. So,
well, I told my story in 4 episodes.
Yeah. So,
Right.
And then I came back the 5th time.
one.
So 6.
So, and I mean, we were
right.
actually
Wow.
just discussing what our favorite shows have been. Like, this is show 40 for us.
Wow.
And
We were just talking about 40.
Yeah.
we kind of did a little recap with ourselves, like what was our favorite shows. And that brought me, I mean, Valerie, you were one of our favorite shows. And anyone that is listening now, go back to 6, 7, 8, and 9. That's where you tell your stories, basically. And
Try not
why
to
it is no, but why I think our favorite stories are our favorite stories is because the guests that have come on and have told their truth, their complete truth, those are the best stories. And what we have now, when we look back on 40 episodes, we have talked about that we have had several guests on that came on and then decided not to be truthful. And
really?
those shows are not coming across. I feel like if you're doing the show and you're not truthful, the audience will know. You just can feel it. You can feel it in the room. We feel it. We know it. We go back and we go, man, like we love the person. We're really glad that they took the time and came on. But at the same time, we're now going to get a little bit tougher because it is, why even bother?
Cut the bullshit.
All right.
But I mean, for real. And I mean, we all work really, really hard, and I work really hard preparing the shows. We work hard during the shows.
Right.
It's a lot of time. It's an effort to come here. Marcella works really hard putting the sound bites together, the little quote
yeah.
stuff and everything else. And we go through all that, and then everyone shuts down and they're not sharing. They're not, it's like it didn't ever happen. And then there's Valerie, who was, your show 7 has consistently, when I look at the downloads, consistently the highest bars. Still, this was,
yeah.
I mean, this was in the very beginning. So
Yeah, it was back in February.
You have to be honest. I mean, you cannot, like, you can't tell me a story and then come on here and like make it sound all like perfect and rosy and sugar coated. It's just not good for anybody.
Well, there's a difference between like wanting to come on to come like have fun with us, and we can do like Jasmine and Nicole, like we played some really fun like would you rather date a guy who spray tans or whatever. Like we did some like stuff like that because when Nicole came on, she's like, I don't want to share a story, and you're like, you don't have to,
but then we know, so it's fine.
But when you come in and that's your point is to share, and then you don't, it's like, okay.
Right.
Really?
Right. And I just feel you cannot fool your audience. The audience will not be fooled.
You can tell when people are holding back.
Can you tell?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, and I think one of my major breakthroughs before I ever decided to share, even a couple of years ago, and being open and honest after I finally went through the grief, I think it was kind of the second year in being single again, I discovered by talking about it, I have to make sure that I've got to get out of that victim role, that victim mentality, because it's not attractive. It's not attractive to people to poor me, this happened to me. Yeah, okay, so I told you the story. Like, that's sad. I mean, we cried. It was hard in here. It was heavy.
Right.
I freaked afterwards, but I also stood up and owned my part of the fence.
But it's also trying to like help other people, like,
Right.
because even after yours, after mine, after when we watched that what happened in Dallas, that video when we had you back again, I think people had contacted us that were like, that's so awesome, I'm glad to hear I'm not alone. I could not do that, or I'm not ready to do that, which is always fine. I mean, some stuff is hard to talk about, and we had talked about this earlier. We're not saying you have to come on and share everything, because some people are like, well, we understand that there are certain topics like off limits, and we respect that. But when you're coming on to share something that you either have contacted us about sharing, and then we bring you on and we're trying to ask questions and
detailed,
then you just,
try to get detail, and there's not any.
And when nothing comes back, or when I'm kind of going, but wait, and I'm asking these questions and then I can't get anywhere, I'm not doing that again. I'm just going to tell everyone right now, if you want to come on, and then if then it sounds like I'm being harsh, then that's just what it's going to be, because I cannot do that, because I feel like there have been certain stories told that are actually an insult to some people that really have these issues in their life.
Yeah.
And they have been minimized, and it makes me feel very upset. And I'm just not willing to do that anymore. And so we're going to have a much not harsher, but longer interview process with our guests. And we're also going to come up with a contract where they have to agree to share the sound bites.
Well, that's what's weird too, is I don't know why you would come on here just to be in this room, take the time, share a story, and then not say anything. I'm really confused why you wouldn't share. Like, you've been so great about sharing everything, because I think you're proud to have come out and told any story.
As hard as it was.
Well, I mean, the choices I made ultimately put me in my situations, not saying that what happened to me, that makes that acceptable, but that's the part of seeing my stepping outside in a way and not playing that victim, like, oh, this happened to me and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I had to start being honest.
And
with
you also
everything.
cannot heal. If you're not honest, you cannot heal. And then the other part that bothers me, I mean, I've always just believed in being honest, 1,000,000% honest, because
I'm so honest.
The thing, when you
so
have
honest.
children, our world is evil, and you can come across people any day. They can come across people any day that can make up stories about you, anything. But if you have always been honest with them, they can stand proud and go, no, because I already know everything. It doesn't matter what you throw at me. I know everything.
Yeah.
Like this, it's just very important. But at the same time, like Marcella said, we're also very respectful about some things that are off limits. And that's fine. And you don't have to talk about that, but don't just be lying. So on that note, I wanted to welcome everyone. I'm sorry I went off on this tangent. I have a feeling this is going to happen a lot today, because we have gone through a lot of stuff this week that we're going to talk about. And I just wanted to... Was that a rough week with some things, actually?
I had a really rough week.
You too.
Really
So I just wanted to
reach for your drink.
This is triple espresso.
Yeah, I know.
When you said triple, it's triple espresso.
But we want to thank everyone that listens to our podcast. And I wanted to say, excuse the ones that are full of bullshit, which you will know. And know that we're going to try not to have that happen again. And then please tell all your friends about it, and subscribe and leave us messages. We really appreciate all that. And contact us with any questions, comments, or advice that you have, and we'll welcome all of that. I wanted to ask you, Valerie, give us a little bit of an update. How has life been? Tell us a little bit how you're doing. I've read on...
I'm sweating.
I read on... Well, I read
I'm
on
so
Facebook
hot.
that you have had a little bit of a rough time.
Yeah, the last 4 or 5 weeks.
What happened? What's going on?
You know, you have seasons. You have times. I'd say we just went through May 13th. We're approaching July. I think this is just the time of the year. It's not my favorite year. There's a lot of reminders. You know, the end of school is a reminder of when the shit hit the fan. And
when did Jeff commit suicide?
July 13th he was found, but he was on the run the whole month of June.
Okay, so all this is like...
And May 13th was that night when he tried to kill me and kill all of us. So it's kind of a hard time. And then there's just been a lot of... I've been dropping friends right and left. I've had a lot of anger.
Dropping friends? What do you mean?
Yeah.
What's going on?
Yeah, I'm like, what happened?
You know, you can be so... People will use you. People will use you.
Yes, they will.
And people like to change the game in the middle. Like, you know, you agree on something, but then here's the thing. I have run across a close friend of mine who I guess I'm seeing through different colored lenses now, because I see now that as soon as the situation benefited and was good for her, then what we had agreed on was out the door, no longer existed. You know, like
what?
Well,
like, just give me an example.
I had so a few weeks ago, we started cleaning out around the house, and purging things, and which I do this time of the year always. And which I had done that night when Jeff tried to kill us. I actually had set up for a garage sale that week. And the duct tape was on the tape that he took me outside to get that I had just bought that day.
Oh my God.
I was like, wow, I gotta buy the damn duct tape.
Oh my God. Duct tape kind of scares me.
Yeah. So,
scary thing.
This is, I guess that's also goes along with what, it's kind of, I guess some people struggle with the fall, I guess the holidays. Maybe bad things have happened during, I'm a fall winter person. It's always been magical and fun for me. But, this time is just a rough time. So anyway, I was getting ready for the garage sale, and a friend of mine calls and says that she wants to get her stuff out of storage up in Oklahoma and put some of her stuff in the garage sale with me. I was like, oh yeah, that's cool. Well, here I am going to the last week of school, and I said, well, I'll go help you get the stuff, because she couldn't find anybody to help her, and her current girlfriend wouldn't. Yeah, I have a lot of lesbian friends, but not. Okay. We went to the lesbian wedding episode 6.
Yeah.
Here I'm talking about another lesbian couple, that I'm friends with. Anyway, so she was in a bad relationship before. That's why her stuff was up there, and I swore then I would never help her with that stuff. Like, everyone had helped her move that stuff up there. I mean, I'm talking about someone who moved with someone over 20 times within a 4-year period.
Oh gosh.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Like, broke up every week, got back together, broke up.
Right.
Gosh,
I mean, it was
exhausting.
horrible. So, and I sat and witnessed it for years. So I was bitter about even doing that. So I said I would do it because it was going to be a 15-hour ordeal and a lot of hard work loading it. And of course, she got the smallest trailer U-Haul had, and you wouldn't believe how I puzzled all this stuff in there.
Oh, I can imagine.
So filthy dirty afterwards. Anyway, so we agreed on $200. And when she had her stuff in the garage sale that she was going to put in it, after when she made that first $200, she'd pay me $200. I said, okay, cool. That's what we'll do. Well, we didn't get in till late that Saturday night. And the next morning she woke up before me and started unloading the trailer. And her girl, when I come out there around 11, everything is all over my driveway, all over my garage, like covered. I had all the tables I'd borrowed, and I bought the signs, and I got the permit. Like, I was putting in all, the
Getting it ready.
Yeah.
right, So I look around, and it looked like her apartment puked in my, like puked in everything. Like, it came out like it was like,
But not
Double
like
whammy.
organized. Nothing was.
no.
No.
There I found okay. Like, I got so ticked. I mean, so ticked. They're like, my true colors came out. I was pissed last week.
They're about to right now.
Like, I was so
the
mad.
memory.
I mean, I was like,
Oh, my
like,
earrings.
I was like crazy, and like, I just went, all the bad came out of me too, because it just made me crazy. It was like a trigger also. It all triggered. There was so much stuff. I was consumed with so much stuff around me that it reminded me, and it wasn't easy. It wasn't simple, and it's supposed to be easy and fun, and my kids and I do them twice a year. We have fun with it. It's like, we love meeting the people that come. We end up being Facebook friends with most of our garage sale customers. Like, that's how much fun we have. And plus I blend it with like Sajonk, and I'll find people that want furniture done.
Yeah,
and
right.
this and that. And people always donate. My friend Cynthia donated a ton of stuff that week for me to put in the garage sale, so that she's the one that paid the fee for Lucy to go to nationals that summer.
Oh,
she
wow.
paid this last year the $600 for Lucy for her cheer stuff for cheer this year. I mean, she's so helpful to us. So I had all the stuff she donated and a little bit of my stuff in a pile, maybe half the size of this room, about yay high. So I wake up and I go out, and everything is out, and she announces that her girlfriend does not want any of her stuff at her apartment. I was like, wait, so what, you're selling? She goes, so I'm selling everything. I was like, so you're putting everything in the garage sale? She's like, yeah, just that little bit of stuff that's in my car I'm taking to my, I'm not going to say any names, to my girlfriend's house. And I was like, okay, cool. All right. So this is your garage sale now.
Yeah, right.
Like, I can't even get into the trailer. Where am I supposed to put my shit? Like, your shit's everywhere. This is now your garage sale. She unpacked it and set it all out, but didn't go through it. I mean, we're talking all the way down to a pair of Nautica pajamas I found with period blood on them.
my.
The size of your hand were hanging on a hanger in the rack.
No.
At my garage sale, I found by the end of it. Like, I had to go through her stuff the last week of school, awards. I'm stressed out. My eyelash lady is MIA and I have no eyelashes. Like, that's a major problem in my life.
Yes.
Major problem. And it was just a disaster. Like, I was already upset about a lot of probate court stuff and stuff I recently found out that's devastating for me with probate. And so, yeah, it turned into her garage sale. I busted my rear end all last week going through it, and I said I couldn't even pull the rest of my stuff out of the trailer that was in the driveway. So we start the garage sale, and she starts realizing, you know, she's made $332. And I'm like, okay, well, 200 of that's mine. Remember, that was the agreement.
Yeah.
Oh, then she starts realizing she's not making money. She's only made $132 at the end of the day on Thursday, and I have more money than her. And she said that. And I was like, okay, but we still have all day tomorrow, and we have the next day. And remember, we made a deal that because of signs and the permit and you eating food here and blah, blah, blah.
You loading
helped
it
her
with
get it.
her.
Yeah.
Right. And the deal wasn't to unload it and sort through it. That wasn't part of the deal. And to have it that much accumulated and me have to deal with it, because I wasn't even able to put my stuff, as much stuff as I wanted, in the garage sale. So we agreed. I had picked out a stack of stuff of hers that I liked, and that was kind of, yeah, that's cool. You can have that for letting me do this. Okay, cool. Well, then stuff wasn't moving, and I said, okay, I can move this stuff. Let me start posting stuff on Facebook. But it's very time consuming and it's very fast paced, and you're getting a message every 5 minutes. You got to keep up with all these people and message them, and you can do 6 posts, you know, at a time, and then delete when it sells, and have people schedule people to come. And you're dealing
like
with
a nightmare.
And you're dealing with a garage sale, and I'm dealing with 4 kids inside. Now, mind you, my house literally went upside down all last week after I had cleaned and purged and deep cleaned. It didn't even look like I had done all that hard work the 2 weeks before. Like, I sat down and cried. I was like, girl, I don't like your character at all. I don't like this character. I had no idea. So then we get down to it, and she agreed, yeah, I'll split 50-50 with what you sell on Facebook. Okay, cool. Well, then I start selling stuff on Facebook. People start coming and picking it up on Friday. And she's seeing, oh, I just sold that for 100 and you get 50. I'm like, you bet your ass I get 50.
Well, yeah.
I busted my rear end selling that for you. And so then she started realizing, so the girlfriend calls, and all of a sudden she makes the announcement on Friday that they're going to come pick up the stuff now. Her girlfriend wants to come pick up the high dollar item, the washer and dryer, and she wants to sell it.
Oh my gosh.
Because she says that she deserves all the money. Yeah. And I was like, well, who's coming to get it? And she said, this guy's name. And I said, oh, the same guy you've been over here griping about all week long that your girlfriend's hanging out with because you think he's a bad influence. But now when it's good for you and you're going to get someone to pick up the washer and dryer so you can pocket all the money, that's when you're going to suddenly like him. I was like, that's disgusting and that's bad character. And honestly, I want you and all your out of here. Like, that's so, yeah.
How long were you friends?
10 years.
What?
Yeah, we're done. Man. I'll never talk to her again. Because then she got, and let me just tell you, she had to drink all day Thursday and all day Friday on the garage sales, and my kids witnessed it, and they didn't want to come around and be a part of it. And I said, we've already lived this life. We don't have this. She kept begging on Friday, can we please have a beer? I was like, no. Like, it was embarrassing. We kept having to go say her name, even my kids, and like help the customers. You could tell the customers were like shunned away, like the negative energy. Like, it was embarrassing because it was like asking a kid to help me help a customer because I'm over here trying to sell her stuff on Facebook. Yeah. I'm like, can you help them? Like, I said, girl, your shit ain't gonna sell itself. It ain't just gonna walk off and money appear in the cash box. Like, you gotta convince these people they want that. They need that. This is what they can do with it. So then that night she gets so drunk because I finally get pulling stuff out of the trailer, and she is stumbling around everywhere, and I said, you know what, you just need to go to bed. She goes in and starts pouring more vodka, and I took it from her. I said, you're done with the vodka. I'm putting it away now. And then she got all mad and started yelling. She was leaving, got her car keys. I was trying to keep her from leaving. She tripped over some bed rails, claimed I pushed her.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, claimed I pushed her. Yeah, and ended up leaving. I was like, yeah,
bye.
Leave. Yeah. So they came and picked up all their stuff the next day. I was like, we're done. I do not want that kind of drama in my life. Horrible.
Don't need it.
Horrible. I was like, that's
so
ridiculous.
And that's on top of everything, like while you're going through.
Yeah.
Like, so Troy but he's handling it good.
Yeah. I mean, I'm the one, bless his heart. I'm like, are you leaving yet? Like, are you running away yet? Have I scared you off yet? Like, I've just been a basket case because I had all of that stress and all of that stuff with the last week of school. And I had a probate court meeting, and I got the police report.
What police report?
From the finally, Irving Police Department released the police report to me.
What did it say?
Oh, so like, I'm so mad. Like, there's so much shady stuff going on. I had no idea. I was accused of sneaking in the window, and could I have done this to Jeff?
What?
Yeah.
That's in the police report?
Mm-hmm.
You had told me this before, but that's actually written in the police report?
Yep. Could I have done this to him? Mm-hmm.
What?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. There's a retirement, possible life insurance policy paperwork that was in there with the laptop, which I've been asking, where's the laptop for 3 years, and nobody will tell me. And the first two people on the scene that had the police called are the people that are against me in probate court.
And they obviously have the computer and everything and the phone.
Yeah, and if there's a retirement statement, a life insurance pot, like where is the stuff? Yeah,
wow.
It's disgusting. It's disgusting.
And you can't by law like have that. I'm confused.
Well, the first of kin is supposed to be called.
Yeah,
I wasn't called. I
But
was
you
told
are the first of kin, right?
Yeah. I was told, and the person that called, then I guess called this other person, and then they decided together that I shouldn't be told until later that night. And it's in the police report that they got the belongings. Well, only the clothes were left on my porch, and I didn't get anything else. And it specifically states in the report the possible life insurance policy, retirement statement, laptop, it was password protected. And this person specifically called and asked for this stuff.
Isn't that illegal?
I don't know. That's what I've been trying to find out. So I've been like, that's all I do is eat, sleep, and breathe it. And I had kind of the whole month of May, I have just been like absorbed in this for hours and hours and hours, trying to get down to the bottom of why everything was mishandled. And here I am in the situation I'm in still.
Wow.
And
did it give any more details about his death at all? Was there anything else that like you found out that you didn't know?
Well, why was the passport discarded?
What do you mean?
Where's his passport? Yeah,
you don't know where it is?
No, I mean, does he have his passport? Did he leave the country? There's this email that talks about giving him $29,000 cash once I sign something, and then we flip around and they say that I see. I met his business partners on Friday. Apparently he was dead at the hotel, according to the medical examiner. But they had me sign some paperwork. Well, the paperwork that I signed was just merely to get a check so that I could get caught up on the mortgage and the house payment and this and that. Well, it turns out that signed away some of my ownership. But the email that was between the business partners and Jeff the night before that I was copied in states something completely different. Once Valerie signs, we'll release $29,000 cash to you. It doesn't say anything about the $15,000 check, and I don't know where the $29,000 cash is. And the medical examiner said that they discarded the passport, but the police report doesn't even talk about finding a passport in the room.
I thought you couldn't discard anything.
I know, I
from a
thought that
scene
too.
Like that. Like, you can't just, this is
Hey,
not.
I'm not going to sit here and say I'm crazy and I think he's alive but, he did run off to Mexico the first time he was running from the police when I was pregnant with Lucianne. I just want to know where the passport is.
Yeah. I mean, your mind is like reeling at this point. So nothing's crazy.
Like, I just don't even, there's so much that I don't understand. Nothing adds up. Nothing makes any sense.
Wow, it's crazy.
Yeah. It's just,
I'm sorry
how do
you're
you
going
go
through
from
all
being
that.
a $14 million company in revenue to not making any money the next year?
Yeah, sounds very shady.
What are you doing with your money?
That sounds
Where's
very
the money?
shady.
Yeah.
Like that.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah. Anyway.
Well, but Troy's being supportive.
Yeah, and really, really, really great. But he's got a new job, so he's gone for 30 days. So he's been gone for 3
Through
weeks.
this, okay.
Through this whole time, and I feel like I just have gone batshit crazy the last few weeks.
But that's never easy though when you are in a relationship, especially in a new one, and then it's long distance. That usually messes with everyone. So that's not good.
On top of all.
On top
It's
of
just
all
been
this.
a lot going on lately. I just haven't had that peace, that peaceful, easy feeling.
Well,
Like
one more week, right? Then he'll be back for a little bit. Okay, good.
well, this week and then next week,
Well,
somewhere around the end of next week.
Well, good. Then you'll feel so much better.
Yeah.
Okay, Whitley, tell me how was your week? Anything going on? I know Whitley
even know.
has a new job. She,
What
part-time
am I
job.
doing?
She works at Mexican Sugar.
Yeah.
At the
Ooh,
Shops
I love
of
it.
Legacy.
Oh.
And
I love it.
but I'm only she's only allowed to go half time because I can't let her not have her.
So what is
die.
Mexican Sugar? I've never heard of it. It just
Oh, you
sounds
haven't?
fun. No.
Really
It's
great
like-
margaritas.
Oh.
Yeah, they have good drinks. I want to go and get the margarita flight because I didn't know they had that until I worked there.
Ooh.
It's in the Shops of
good.
Legacy. It's
Okay.
fun.
Yeah,
All right.
Really
it's
cool.
really cool. They said it's not Tex-Mex and it's sultry Latin American cuisine is what they call it.
Sultry.
I know,
But it's
so-
tacos.
But they have tacos, but they also have pork chop and we just started serving fajita. I don't know. It's
I'm
just
not blonde.
it's a lot.
I'm sandy blonde.
Yeah.
Same thing, basically.
It was funny. That
Mexican
was in
food.
my orientation. They're like, we are not Tex-Mex, and I'm like, okay. We serve Mexican food, but we're not Mexican. But it's Mexican sugar. What?
Okay.
I don't know. But it's been fun. I like it. I love meeting all the people that come in, and I walk them to the table, and I start a conversation with everyone that comes in, and then the chef and one of the managers actually came up to me and they're like, hey, the way you talk to people. And I was like, oh gosh, and I was like, yeah. And they're like, that's really great. No other hostess does that. You need to keep doing that. You're doing great. And I was like, oh, okay. So
Not
it's
in trouble.
I was like, oh man.
So you're
But
not
it's
waiting
fun.
tables. You're doing the hostess.
Not yet.
The
I
front.
want to
going
wait
to.
tables, but since I've only ever done fashion stuff, they're like, well, we'll start you off because I need to learn the table numbers because there's 400. So I'm
Holy smokes.
yeah. So I'm like, oh,
You should
okay,
Sing pour
Which I'm
some
okay
sugar
with.
to everyone that comes through the door.
Yeah,
right?
Pour some sugar on me.
But
They
yeah.
only play Mexican music.
They do? Ding, ding,
Yeah,
ding,
they
ding,
played
ding, 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 ding.
Despacito, and I was like, oh man, I thought of Mexico. I was like, it's played 100
You guys,
times a
there was
day.
somebody I saw on Facebook posted or Instagram. There's an Austrian girl band that made that song into an Austrian song.
Really?
Oh, that's
So
awesome.
Hilarious.
Is it your ringtone?
It's gonna be.
Well, what do they say instead of Despacito?
Yeah.
It is too complicated. I can't translate it. It's just
But what is the German word?
Well, they're saying what does it say? Oh my gosh, hold on. Now I can't remember. You put me on the spot. I don't know what it is.
Despacito mean?
Right.
We don't know.
Call Lucy again.
It's super funny how they changed it all
that's
up. And,
fun.
I think it's about how they fit into their clothes or something. It's hilarious. It's really cute.
What
So
is
anyways,
Despacito?
Marcella,
Cute.
how was your week?
I'm looking up German version of Despacito.
Oh yeah, you guys should hear. It's fun.
What does Despacito mean?
Let's see. Wait. What's an ad?
Oh,
Man, hold her
Ding, 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 ding.
is it girl?
The Despacito Deutsch German version.
I think it's dirty.
No, you guys.
Slowly.
Can I see it?
Slowly.
How do you say slowly in German?
Despacito means slowly?
What does
I actually remember
Despacito
looking
mean?
that in.
Oh, that's German
What
translation.
does Despacito
It's an
mean?
Austrian girl band.
I think my mom just
It's
made up this
different,
story.
y'all.
I didn't. Oh my gosh, hold on.
Slowly.
Guys,
Deep
I didn't know you guys
Singer.
wanted to actually really hear it. I would have been prepared.
It
Hold,
means
please.
slowly.
They're really cute. They're wearing an Austrian folk outfit. Hold, please. Now I can find it. Oh my gosh.
No one can find it because it's not a real story.
It's a real story. Oh my gosh.
So klingt ein Sommerhit im Austrian Style, wenn der Schlagzeuger mal nicht in der Lage ist mitzuspielen.
Oh, that's really cute, but that's not it.
How many people?
Oh my gosh, hold on. I even sent it to Tanya. Oh, wait, it's on Tanya's Facebook page. I tagged her in it. Hold on, and there's not really fast internet service. Oh my gosh, I'm out of. What the heck is happening right now?
All right, well, moving along.
We're gonna do this another day.
You're weak.
Live.
I thought my story
You're
was
weak.
long.
You're weak, Marcella.
I think just the photo shoot on Friday and Saturday.
Oh.
That was fun.
That was an interesting one. I feel like that was the first time we've been doing photo shoots for all these years, but this was really the first time we were taught how to do it the right way for our website. Like Waylon
Product.
for product shoots. Yes, for that. And Waylon and Tracy came and they took over, which I loved. They just kind of told everyone, told the photographer. Bruce was so nice. He came, and then Jason Gilmore came and Jasmine, and they all did such a good job. And then we had a video guy that came that had asked us to if he could work with us, and I'd been talking to him for a long time, and we were very excited, and he's super sweet. I mean, came in so nice, but admittedly so, this photo shoot ran different from usual. It was new for all of us. We'd never done this before.
And mind you, there were only 3 of us.
That
Yeah,
was
me,
only
Aubrey,
3
and
girls,
Lily.
which there was supposed to be 5. 2 couldn't
Yeah.
make it in the last minute, and
So that's the first wrench.
that was
in it.
like difficult. And I don't know if he expected something different. We were ready, like we planned on doing. We have this new collection coming out, which is called the Jet Set collection. So
Cute.
I mean, very,
That's
very
so
cool
cute.
swimsuits, and we have like these velvet ones, and we had all 3 girls in a velvet one, so we wanted something cool, like them walking and doing together. And they're ready, and I'm like, where is he?
We're all lined up.
Everyone is ready to go, and I'm like, hi, where are you? I'm looking everywhere. I'm looking
He
at
was
the
gone.
front gate,
And his
He
stuff
left.
was gone.
Stuff
He
was
left.
gone.
Yeah, stuff was
He
gone.
just bolted? Didn't say anything?
Well, didn't say a word. Well, then he told us that
That's
his
weird.
sister got into an accident and he had to leave. Now, I don't want to always sound like we're not believing people when they tell us things, but it was a little awkward that he
Just a
didn't
little
say
heads
anything.
up.
But
Yeah.
just like, hey, I have an emergency. I have to
I
run.
gotta run.
I'm so sorry. I can't even talk to you. We'd be like, oh, okay. But like literally
poof.
disappear. Like,
Yeah.
I don't
No
know how
offense to you, video guy, if you're listening, but it sounds like drugs. Just saying. I mean, it's not a normal reaction. Like, you'd be like, oh my gosh, my sister just got in an accident. I got to go. Like,
right.
what the heck? That's
And
not
just
normal.
run out. It was just weird because
Yeah.
I don't, he was like,
We were like playing hide and seek. We're like,
Bullshit.
where is he?
but like,
He's gone.
I don't even know how he got us, like, where there were people in every area. So I don't even, he was like really sneaky and quick because he just was gone.
I showed everyone our warehouse. That's what happened. I think
But
that's when
I
he
wasn't in
snuck
the
out.
warehouse.
I know, but how could he sneak out?
That's why I'm saying it's so weird is because not everybody left. Yeah.
Crazy.
It was weird.
So that was weird. But the
That's
photo shoot
weird.
was great. We're getting great pictures
So
out
who
of it.
took the pictures?
Oh, we had Bruce.
Well, we had other people, but he was
Oh.
like videographer.
Oh,
Yeah. Just
so
wanted
he's
to do
done,
little-
like, no more. He's not invited back, right? You know, you
Well, I
give him a
mean,
second chance.
if it was true, I'll invite him back. I don't know.
I'd ask for a police report for that wreck, please.
Maybe he just needed like a
Just
different
saying.
environment, like a different.
And that could be,
Shoot.
like I said, I mean, he came at the very beginning when we just trying to figure it
We were
out.
learning
so it was a
too.
little learning, yeah. But we still had a great time. And then Marcella, you had your own another photo shoot with Greg Woodson. And we have worked with Greg. What came out of that for me was like that, you know, we started the business like 10 years ago, and then after 5 years I had to put it on hold for the dance studio, and then we're back to it, and it's kind of new back to it, but you can see that in an industry like that, we've known him for 10 years, and you may have known him longer. I've known him for that long, and so nice, so kind, so helpful, so supportive. Like, everyone is so nice, and I'm so glad we're doing this
I
business.
just better get my pictures, Greg. He holds them. I'm like, oh, come on. Hides them. Seriously. I'm literally not kidding.
No, that is true.
That's funny.
And then he's always surprised when I go, you know that one photo shoot like 7 years ago, my favorite pictures? He's like, oh, I thought I gave those to you. Nope, you didn't.
No.
they're still loading.
And he's trying to convince me to do Swimsuit USA, but I don't want to do it.
I didn't think you would want to do it.
I don't know what that is.
Not
It's
surprised.
like a pageant, but not Miss America. It's the Swimsuit USA, and they do evening gown swimsuit mostly.
Oh, I have
and
seen
then
that
interview.
through his page.
They had contacted me to do it, but I don't want to.
And you don't have to.
I don't feel like it's a good idea.
You would do really well, but
Yeah.
it's okay.
I need to work
Do you
out my
make money?
legs more.
No, you don't.
What? Grand
You don't
prize.
make money? Oh,
So crazy.
Grand prize.
why
you
aren't
make
you
money.
doing it? If I could,
Yeah, like
I'd
the
do
grand
it.
prize is like $50,000.
Okay, I am gonna sign you up, and I'll carry your bags, and I'll take like 1,000. That's it. I'll make you swim.
Yeah, there you go.
Luciana and I'll help you with the whole pageant side of it.
There you go.
Interview.
Yeah, interview. There you go.
Yeah,
maybe you should.
Speaking of pageant, we should.
Speaking of pageant,
Yeah. Oh,
let's
reason.
get into
Segue.
that. That's what we said.
That was not on purpose, by the way. Yeah.
But we were thinking that we could have people that are actually in the Miss America pageant arena on today, but that turned out that we can't because they are actually not allowed to speak on this subject.
Oh.
So
They can speak on the subject. They just aren't
Can't
really
speak
allowed
honestly.
to say if they are in it. Like
Slaughter it.
Right? Yeah, they can't. Like because I work with Miss
They
Teen
can't speak
Texas
their truth.
and Miss Texas, and they can't really say that they don't like it. I mean, regardless if everybody disagrees, if you're like involved.
Right. Well,
Like-
that's the political side behind
I was
it.
gonna
Right.
say.
Have
well, of
to.
course, but I know that you were involved with the Cinderella, which is part of it, right? That's the
Well,
children.
it's a
or what is
stepping
that?
stone
Right.
to most of the girls that do Cinderella end up in the Miss Teen Texas, Miss Texas organization, Miss America.
Yeah.
So I know a lot of people that have gone through, and like Miss Louisiana was Cinderella. We know them really well.
Right.
Who was the puppet? Did y'all watch Miss America last year?
No.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry, I only look up the
Puppet,
dresses
the trans,
after, but
she's like amazing. You'll have to.
So, but you know a lot of people in it. So,
Yes.
what are you hearing about it? How do you feel about it yourselves? How do we all feel about it? About
I
the
don't like it.
change? I don't.
Well, I just don't understand. I don't understand why you would take that way. And I have some like what people had posted that I thought was really neat
Okay.
to read. But Valerie can say how she feels first while I look for it.
Okay.
Yeah, so for me, I watched an interview. First of all, I saw my friend. She made a post, what were our opinions, and I, put my comment in the
Is hers
In her
negative
post.
or
I can find and read you what I wrote. So I watched an interview on Good Morning America with the chairman for Miss America, and she was speaking. She's one of the ones that filed a lawsuit against Fox, and she's part of the Me Too movement. And she brought that up in the interview, and I was very bothered by that because she to me, she is pushing for the no swimsuit, no evening gown, and then brings up that she's part of the Me Too movement. And in the interview, it was brought up that she's one of the ones that went through a difficult time from sexual harassment and sued Fox and this and that. Well, I don't agree with mixing. So in other words, basically they're saying they only want brains and talent. And if you're in a swimsuit and an evening gown, so it's basically saying if you hadn't have worn that, that wouldn't have happened to you.
which is with at some point when we have time, I want to talk about Amber Rose's slut walk, because that is a huge, they carry signs that are like the way that I dressed is not
Define.
No, that's
Who
not
I
what they
am.
say at all. It's the way I dressed did not cause like if they were raped, like that is not.
Oh.
You should be allowed to wear whatever you want without feeling like a man is going to sexually abuse you or harass you because of a skirt.
Right.
Yeah.
So she said, what do you think about the Miss America changes? I'll post my thoughts in the comments. I said, and I have gotten to where I stay out of stuff like this. I'm like, Valerie, just keep on scrolling. Just keep on. Do not.
Me too.
Because then I don't want to bicker back and forth with people. I just don't,
Yeah.
So Oh, it's quiet.
I know. I was like,
Yeah.
maybe I
Holy
should
smokes,
look for
what's
my
going on?
Austrian song.
Okay, so I said, where are you, Valerie? Come on. Oh, my Lanta.
Oh, we have to talk about our bickering back and forth on social media.
Yeah, we'll
later.
talk about that in the next hour.
Oh.
That's
Well, I
part of
have-
what happened to us.
While
this
you're
week.
looking for that, I'll just Miss, I don't know what city or whatever she was, but she had tweeted and she said she is a miss. And she said, up next, tank top straps are too distracting. How dare women show their shoulders where men can see them? And the pressure we put on women to have perfect arms. Long sleeves for everyone. Hashtag Miss America. And you're kind of like, exactly, because
You have said that for years. What is
I
the
have
thing
always
with the
said
shoulder?
that with
Yeah.
school. Like, you know, like in school, like
Must
you
be
have to
3
have
fingers. Like,
So I asked Lucianne what she thought about this, and she goes, it's just like at school now with the leggings. They have to wear shirts that come down to their knees, to their mid-thighs, over their leggings now because it's tight and form-fitting, and it's a distraction to the boys.
we
but
weren't
that's
even
so
allowed to wear
wrong.
leggings.
Like, why are we teaching girls or guys that the way they look, first of all, that girls look distracting? Like,
Yeah.
God made me with the
I could wear
with
leaves.
a woman.
Yeah,
Like,
I can wear leaves and twigs, and that's morally correct for God. That's how Adam
Yeah.
and Eve.
but I don't
So-
understand why. Like, why are they making it a bad thing? This
Yeah.
like this can go on for hours, so I won't get too much into it. But I feel like it happened with dancing. Why are you making it such a big deal? Like, for instance, dancers need to wear like a leotard, and if it's no tights or pink tights, I, as a choreographer or dance instructor, need to see their body. And for you to make it now nasty makes me wonder where your head is at.
Yeah.
Because why would you put it so bad? Like, why are you putting a bad spin on it and making girls feel like what they have is wrong? Like, I mean, I can't control how big my boobs are, how big my butt. Like, I can't. God gave me that.
But that's
Right.
like so sad already. Like when Jolie's 14, and you know when you're teenagers and when they start developing and everything, it's different. I mean, it's weird. I mean, it's just you go through
Don't make
these
it
changes
weirder.
and then you make it weirder, and now all of a sudden. So you're supposed to hide what your body looks like so that the boys don't attack you, and it's
Well,
just
I think
really
their football
crazy.
pants are distracting.
Yeah, it's like I'm not distracted.
Or your
in
baseball
class.
Yeah.
or your wrestling outfit for
Oh
that.
my God. Yeah.
But the truth is, so let's let the boys wear long shirts to cover their penises because
yeah,
they are
I'm really
showing.
looking at your bulge.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
mean,
not
they don't
listening
say
to the
anything
math
about the
lesson.
cheerleading skirts. Like, I just
true,
don't get it.
though.
I
Yeah.
don't get it. They can't wear leggings with their form-fitting rear end showing, but it's the same thing. But hey, so this is what I said. I just watched an interview on Good Morning America. I'll also say that I called this after the top 5 got asked the questions they got asked this last year at Miss America. It ended being a pageant about politics. The chairman stated in the interview, and I said this earlier, the talent portion is the most watched part. Then why didn't Miss Louisiana win? Hell, she was raved all over afterwards on TV. This is now a political competition. Along with, and I said to the girl that posted, I said, you've heard my story, the Me Too movement, which I support 10,000%. The chairman of Miss America is an interview brings up overcoming such changes with sexual harassment from filing her lawsuit against Fox. Look, we cannot teach our girls to cover up and hide their bodies, that they must only speak and use their brains. Had you not been wearing that, then maybe you wouldn't have been sexually assaulted. Bullshit.
so stupid.
After my domestic violence ended, I used food to medicate myself and I gained weight. It was my shield, which is not healthy either. Our bodies are a gift from God. It is appropriate to use them to promote health and fitness. Beauty comes from the inside out. It's huge to stand up as a woman and wear what pushes our confidence from the inside out. We will become a country that covers our women if we aren't careful. They are now saying women of all shapes and sizes. I'm all for pushing confidence in all shapes and sizes. This is now also becoming everyone gets a participation trophy.
Yeah.
Nothing about
Who
this
wants that?
change is for the right reasons, in my opinion. Number 1, it's political now. Number 2, it's the Me Too movement used incorrectly. And as a survivor, I'm offended. It's not helpful or healthy for victims to discuss this movement in an interview where swimsuits are being pulled. It's like saying, you don't need to be exposed in that way, just like the abuser would always say to me. I've lived that daily for 13 and a half years. Number 3, everyone can be Miss America now. Bullshit. Not everyone can. It takes an extraordinary woman to be so extremely well-rounded from the inside out. So that's what I think in a nutshell.
Well, and then I want to read that one I had sent you. A pageant girl who has been in the system a long time, a former student of mine from years and years and years ago, had posted, and I thought it was really compelling because she's in it, and she's not
What's her name? You can say her name.
Oh,
she posted it publicly, so.
Well,
okay.
She didn't.
Oh, she didn't?
No. I mean, just for her friends, but.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I guess it wouldn't matter, but I don't like to just
okay, that's fine.
throw out people's name. But she said, full transparency, I have never been a size 0. I have never been able to have a 6-pack, no matter how many carbs I cut out or how many crunches I do. I am a curvy woman, and to be honest, body image is something I struggle with daily. In fact, my platform while competing in the Miss America organization was FLY, First Love Yourself. That promoted positive self-love and goal setting. This was my platform, not because I am exceedingly good at these things, but because they are something that I work on every single day, and learning to love yourself can transform your life. That's what the swimsuit portion of Miss America organization did for me. Through setting fitness goals and working my literal butt off to obtain those goals, I found strength in me that I didn't know existed.
Yep.
It's a hard thing to explain, but getting the opportunity to strut my stuff in heels in a bikini, knowing that I had worked so hard for those 30 seconds on stage, was empowering in all capital letters. It was a feeling like, if I can do this, I can do anything. For me, the swimsuit competition was never about having the most perfect body on that stage, but being the best version of myself and being secure and confident in my absolutely perfectly imperfect body. I wish every woman could have a moment like that. In a weird way, it's freeing. However, in the spirit of full transparency, I'm not going to sit here and lie to you that I have always felt this way. There have been many moments of extreme doubt and deep feeling of inadequacy, particularly because I am not 5'10" model build. Plus, I'm a total foodie, and dieting was never a fun part. Hold on, I had to go over. I'm a total foodie, and dieting was never a fun part of my pageant prep. With that being said, I am sad to see the swimsuit portion of the competition go. In my mind, I think it's a beautiful way to honor women of every shape and size. Women who are strong, sexy, independent, smart, and most of the healthy role models. But I am excited to see what the new changes hold and how the choice transforms the future of Miss America organization and the beautiful contestants that compete in it every single year. I hope this helps more beautiful women of every body shape realize their worth. It's not defined by a 6-pack or a killer thigh gap. And contestants can finally start to authentically love the skin they're in. Hashtag bye bye bikini. But I mean, she's gorgeous, but she did the pageant just fine. I thought she was beautiful, but I feel like you're just giving, like, so anybody can do it. Like, you can, like, no evening gown either suddenly. So we're just all going to be in business casual, and I don't want to watch an interview.
It's political. It's so every question on the top 5. Hey, Miss Louisiana got pegged. She got a random question about a romper. Everyone else got a political question that was aimed towards Trump. Now suddenly we're a pageant. We're not a pageant. We're a competition, and it's interview.
Oh yeah, they changed the name too. It's not pageant.
It's a competition. I'm like, no, this is a political. This is a democratic.
That's why I don't watch the news. I don't want to watch this. Like, I used to love watching it.
I think all, like, the pageant went. So I was talking to a miss, and she had said, you know, as much as I want everyone to care what I have to say, like, I know that's not, like, the most important. Like, you know, people aren't really, like, not that no one's hearing you, but I think pageant girls they have a lot they have to do. Like, the girls I know, they have to go from one event to the next, to the next, to the next. They are so involved with the community.
So
they they're getting scholarships for school. These pageants do so much for these girls, but you can't just be like I just feel comfortable in my leggings and my sweatshirt. Yeah. So this is about all the effort I'm going to give. And I just don't, I even, like, when you look at pictures from, like, back in the day, and you see how men and women used to dress just leaving the house, and you've always been big on this. Like, why can't it go back? Like, I'm not a good example today, but
for once in my life,
but you kind of wonder, like, where is the care? Like, are we just not going to care anymore? Like, who gives a shit? Like, let's do half-ass effort in everything. Like,
everybody's going to get a trophy. So
everybody, so it does not matter. And I wish that we could go back to, like, this girl I follow actually posted her grandparents in a black and white photo, and they actually looked like movie stars. Like they looked like they're from the Titanic.
From like the 20s.
And I'm like, oh my gosh, what has happened to our generation, our culture? Like people are gonna look back at pictures and people are just like in sweats and frumpy.
I hate it.
I do too.
But
I
the
hate
crazy
it.
part is
Frumpy. Troy uses that word. That's a frumpy shirt.
You see it all the time now.
like it I don't know why it's like that though, but if I went home right now, I would be dressed up every single day because oh my gosh, you can't do that there.
Yeah.
But like we had said, there's something to be said about like when you do get dressed up and when you take the time. So now I feel like when an organization like the pageant, which is supposed to be the best of the best
Competition.
I'm sorry, competition,
Get it right.
looking like that, it's just like, well, then who just cares? I'm just gonna eat whatever I want, do whatever I want. I'm gonna get
Right.
I can go
That's
on
why
that
I
stage
said
anyway.
not everyone can be Miss America. It takes an extraordinary.
Yeah.
I mean, when I ended up bringing Luciana to Prestige, that's when I had gotten that was the happiest I was ever with my body physically. And I felt so good just strutting around in a bikini at the pool and for the first time in my entire life ever. And it was after having 4 kids. It's because I worked so hard. And it's exactly what girl said, what she said. You find something within yourself when you work. You know, I mean, my CrossFit coach taught me how not to work with headphones and how to get into my own head.
Wow.
And when I'm, digging down, and I learned how to pull myself through. And that pain is no pain. Really, it is not pain. It's
it's amazing to see what you can do. Like if it's an athlete, if it's anything that you put care in. Like, at Prestige, I was super big. Like, you have to look presentable. You cannot have your hair flying away. And it's a good life lesson. It's not, I'm not demanding perfection. And our bodies don't have, we all have imperfections in them.
Yeah.
But you demanded perfection what could be perfected. Like the hair,
Right.
you can fix your hair and not have fly away.
Yeah.
And you
Makeup,
can-
look presentable because when you go on I don't know, now it might just change. Roll out of bed and go to that job interview. I don't know. But at the time, you'd have to look nice. You have to look the part.
Can I please tell you that this, I believe that you are teaching those girls those things. Have Jolie right now has her very, very first job in her whole entire life. So our neighbors went on vacation and she's feeding the cat and taking care of the plants. And when we went over there to go over it, they said, every second, third day, water the plants, blah, blah, blah. So today she went over there and I go, well, are you just feeding the cat? She goes, no, I'm going to water the plants. I said, but you're watering them every day. And she goes, I'm not going to have those plants die on my watch. And she goes over there and spends extra time with the animal. And that all is from that. There's no doubt about it.
Well, even the girls that I love seeing, my senior, the one years now, they're far from seniors. They're in their 20s. Some are getting married and having babies.
Crazy? I know.
Yeah, but it's amazing to see what they have like Aubrey. Everybody just looks, they know what's important. Lauren Steele, all those kids have taken those things and it has helped them in life. Before.
There's Aubrey who was part of the photo shoot and she's, by the way, the only one
on time.
that shows up on time,
even before me,
completely ready.
Yeah.
Makeup, hair done.
Because
that's what she was taught.
Yeah.
They were taught that when you get to competition, you need to be there 2 hours early before your time to go on stage and dressed and ready to go. You're not getting your makeup done at that time.
I'm laughing because Troy always mad because I'm always getting ready right up to the last minute. And he'll be like, are you ready? I take forever. He's like, how does it take so long? And he made this thing the other day. He's like, if Lucianne had a performance and you had to be there and she was the first one to perform, you would miss it because you'd be late. And I was like, no, because I've been 2 hours early.
That's so true.
I was like, so
That's
boom, not to a dance competition or a pageant.
Because what do they say? If you're on time, you're late. And if you're 15 minutes early, you're on time.
Hey, this is totally off subject. Speaking of Lauren Steele, I had to do a side by side the other day.
Oh, Demi Lovato.
Oh
I
my
know.
God.
She gets told
You know,
that.
Demi Lovato's a Cinderella girl.
No.
Oh my gosh, they look exactly alike.
Wow.
Well,
Lauren was her for Halloween. This past year.
Easy, yeah.
Anyway,
Yes,
when
it's
you
amazing.
said her name, I was Lucianne, and I did the other day. We're not creeping on
guys?
you, Lauren.
We got to end this show.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry. But we got to come back. Everyone, Valerie will be back, and we have lots of other stuff to talk about. So if you enjoy our show, please take a moment to leave us a review and please subscribe so you'll always be the first to know of the newest episodes. And please check out our Too Posh Boutique website.
Lesson.
And
Yeah,
it's
well,
okay to
what's
wear a
our lesson?
swimsuit, ladies.
Yeah, what's our lesson?
Love your body no matter what.
Oh, I was
There you
thinking,
go.
please try to give a shit what you look like. Try.
I love that. Everyone have a great day. Thank you for listening.
Thank you.
Thank you.